Hey everyone, Tim Schofield here from QBKing77.com, here to do a full review of the Pebble Time. And the Pebble Time's been around for about 5 months now. And let's go ahead and take a look at it, see if it's still worth it. When it comes to design of the Pebble Time, it's not too fancy or flashy. It's very neutral and goes with a lot of clothing. You also notice 4 buttons on the sides, a main one to light up the display. You have up and down for your timeline, so it shows you missed calls if you have events coming up. And then you have the middle button to actually act on the specific thing that pops up. If you're on your clock, the middle button takes you to your list of apps. Now you also notice there's a good amount of bezel from the display, so for me that's a bit of a downside. Now I have the black silicone band and it's very flexible, so it bends really easily on your wrist, which makes it very comfortable, especially when working out. Flipping it over on the back, you'll see that it is 30 meters water resistant, and also some pins right here to charge. Now to charge it, you grab this guy right here to charge, and then the magnets align for you, and it's very easy to pop in. The Pebble Time has an always-on color e-paper display, which is very good in sunlight. You can see it very easily. With the e-paper display, the colors are a little bit washed out overall, which kind of makes sense. Now you can use this button right here to activate the backlight. Also, there's some wrist gestures, and they're not very sensitive. You kind of need to really flick your wrist pretty hard to activate that backlight, which is a bit of a downside. I find myself using that button a lot more to just kind of activate it if I need to see the screen in direct sunlight. To check your battery, you just press that middle button, go up to settings, and it shows it right there. So you see 70%. It goes in 10% intervals. However, battery life lasts me about 4 days. It's very good, and it's really quick to charge. You'll see I just got an email notification right there. Then just press that middle button to go into specific settings. You can customize Bluetooth settings, show your notifications. You have quiet time and activity. Quick launch, so if you want to customize what the up button does or the down button does, you can quick launch that, change the date and time. Display settings, where if you want the backlight on or if you want it to be motion enabled as well. Ambient sensor. Specific intensity, and then the timeout of that backlight, you only have 3, 5, and 8 seconds. I actually wish they had a little bit longer option as well. And then going down are your specific system settings. Really nothing too notable other than shutting down your watch. Now within that app list, there's a notifications option which shows all of your notifications. You'll see I have a bunch of emails. If I select one of them, it gives you a bunch of information on it. It goes down and switches to another one. You do have actions if you press that middle button again. Dismiss, set up actions, open on phone, mute, or dismiss all, or start quiet time. Now, if you want to start quiet time, you just press and hold this main button, and it's not going to notify you if anything comes in. To be honest, one of the main things I use the watch for is to just read and reply to text messages. So you'll see I just got one from myself, of course, and then you can just press the middle button, and you can dismiss, reply, mark as read, call, open on phone, and you'll see I can mute Texture if I don't want it to actually send me notifications anymore. And when I actually reply to it, I can now reply with voice, a template, or emoji. So let's do voice. Hey, how's it going? I hope you're having a good day. And you're good to go. So you just press the middle button, check, and it says sent. Now, voice dictation is very good. You can see that little microphone just below those buttons right there. And I believe they use the Android Wear API for their voice search. Don't hold me to that, though. When it comes to performance, though, it's extremely snappy. It has animations that make it a little slow. But, I mean, overall, if I'm opening an app, you'll see it'll take a little bit of time to load. But, I mean, ESPN is probably the one that takes the longest. And just to show you ESPN, you can check scores of games. So here's some NHL games and who's playing tonight. You can also use it to control the music your phone is playing. Using the top and bottom buttons, you can skip the song. Press the middle button where you can play and pause, and also change the volume that's on your device. It's also very simple tasks such as setting an alarm on your watch, using it as a timer or a stopwatch to let you know. And you can even call a car if you want to use Uber. And of course, within the app, you have a ton of different watch faces. They have weekly picks, some Pebble Time ones, some brain teasers. You just have a bunch of different watch faces that you can mess around with. You can change it every day if you want to. A lot of them are customizable. Some of them are weather watch faces, analog, digital. Lots of different choices. I mean, like I said, the colors aren't as vibrant as they look on your phone screen. But, I mean, overall, it's nice that you can customize it. Also, within the app, you can customize what order apps show up in. And then you can also add apps. Now, in the specific Pebble store, there's a good amount of apps, actually, and I believe they just keep adding more and more, depending on they have a nice category for them. So if I go to daily apps, You see ESPN, a weather one, Yelp. Let's see, you have Twebble, which is for actually Twitter to actually look through it on your watch specifically. Like I said, Uber. And then you can swipe over and customize which apps actually vibrate your watch and notify you. So I'm going to turn off Gmail because sometimes I just don't want emails to show up on my watch. You press these 3 dots. You can mute it on weekdays. You can mute it on weekends. Now, anyways, I just want to give some final thoughts on the Pebble Time, especially after it's been out for so long. And, of course, the price has gone down. And I think it's a really good device for those of you that want to try and get into wearables. It's very discreet in the sense of it's not too flashy. It definitely lets you know your notifications. You can customize them, which ones actually vibrate, which ones don't. If you don't want your email to vibrate your wrist, you can just shut that off. You have a couple games, which I actually didn't like at all. I had no real reason to play a game on my watch. You can check all your notifications. I mean, it really syncs well with your phone. It's smooth. It's quick. You have a few watch faces that you can customize it with. And overall, the learning curve is not that difficult with the navigation being with the buttons, the middle, I guess the main button, and then the up and down buttons. It's really easy, especially with that timeline letting you know if you have bills at 7:30 a.m. tomorrow. It just kind of lets you know on your wrist through that timeline. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed my review of the Pebble Time. I believe there's a new Pebble coming out soon, so I'll probably get my hands on that. Definitely be sure to subscribe so you're notified if I make any videos on that. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Google+. All links in the description video below. As always, guys, thank you very much for watching.